Welcome to Steps Forward with Ricki, a weekly walking podcast designed to help you take steps forward in your life and your day.
I'm ready to meet my husband, especially after the last 2 weekends that I had. Let me just summarize it up for you, okay? So first of all, there's something wrong with people. Sorry, not people. I mean, there is, but there's something wrong with the guys in LA, okay? Let's just start there. Half of them all dress the same, and I'm pretty sure that they just they don't talk to girls. Like they were taught to not talk to girls. Someone said earlier in their life, hey, if you see a pretty girl, just stare at her and make eye contact with her, directly stare into her eyes, but do not say hello. That's number one. I don't know what it is. It's they're not masculine. I don't get it. All the guys that I have been with so far, that I have had fun experiences with, wink, wink, have literally been foreign. Okay, let's just review here. I've been with 4 guys in the last year, and one was from Mexico, one was from Israel, one was from fucking Berlin. What? And then one was from, I don't even remember. It's it was so out there that I was wait, what? Where's that on the map? No, but seriously, why do only foreign guys approach me? They're more masculine? I don't know. They're just cooler? I went to salsa night a week ago, and this guy came up to me. And this is when I declared that night that I was no longer talking to anyone that doesn't live in LA, if you don't live in LA, just literally don't even look at me. Especially if you live somewhere across the world, because you are a waste of my time, and I had my fun, and I'm not looking to have fun anymore. Okay, I'm looking to get married. No, I'm just kidding. I'm honestly not. But, okay, so I go out alone a lot. I have friends, but I like to go out alone. I actually really enjoy it. This is something that I just picked up on a few months ago. I remember one night when my friends couldn't go out, and I was well, I have so much energy. I want to go out. And I was I'm just going to go out dancing by myself. And I always just had the best time ever. And I like to go out by myself because I meet a lot of people, and I tend to do my own thing anyways. Whenever I'm with someone at a bar, I love going to places with people, but I tend to do my own thing once I get to the place. So I'm not the best person to go out with, but I'm pretty fun. I just do my own thing. So if you're super clingy, we can't. Anyways, it's off topic. So I go out to this bar, and this is last weekend. Yeah, last weekend. And I'm at the bar, and it's so much fun. I'm having the best time ever. I actually went with one of my guy friends. Guys are just easier to go out with sometimes. Actually, they're not, because everyone thinks we're dating. But anyways, I met this cute guy, and he was so cute. I have a very much a type, okay? So if you see a guy that's a little bit darker with dark hair, maybe long, maybe a beard, I don't know, just darker, not dark, but just has more of a tan look, and could be from Israel, but probably isn't. He might be from Mexico. I'm not really sure, but he's just really hot, okay? And I totally have a type. And so I met this guy, and he was really cute, fit all the descriptions, had a beard, brown hair, a little tanner, just tall, masculine, sexy, hot, whatever. We were dancing, and I'm oh, this guy's probably from Europe or something. He's not. He's from the marina where I live, and we're dancing. We're having so much fun. He's not being super affectionate, but he's not being not affectionate, meaning he put his hand on my waist once or twice. I was let's go to a different bar. He was down. This guy was in it, okay? He was literally looking for me all around all night. Because I have this new thing now where I just don't anymore. If you want to hang out with me and talk to me, you got this. So anyways, we're hanging out for a couple hours. The guy that I'm with is I'm going to go home, Ricki. I'm okay, bye. He's are you sure? You don't need help? I'm see ya, we're good here. So we're hanging out, we're having fun. And I'm this guy is so cute. Wow, I haven't met a single cute guy in LA that actually lives in LA. This is so fun. 30 something, whatever, fit all the descriptions. Or so I thought. we're dancing, and all of a sudden, like literally out of nowhere, he's like, I'll be right back. I'm like, okay, where are you going? He's like, I'll be right back. I'm like, okay, relax. Like, is this guy about to have like diarrhea? Like, what is wrong with this person? Okay, so he leaves, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm dancing, having fun, like, whatever, I don't care. And he comes back like 10 minutes later with a girl. He's like, hey, Ricki, this is X so-and-so. Just her name. Like, I don't even know what her name was. I thought it was his sister. Okay. So I was like, oh, hey, whatever your name is. Nice to meet you. I'm Ricki. What's your name? She's like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, are you guys like friends or something? Because he literally was like, hey, Ricki, this is blah, blah, blah. And then he runs the bar. I'm like, what's happening right now? I was like, so you guys are good friends? Like, what's your name? What's the deal? And she's like, yeah, I'm his girlfriend. I'm like, what? I'm like, that's so great. You guys are so cute together. I'm like, what the motherfuck? So I'm like, I'll be right back. So I literally go up to him at the bar and I'm like, you have a girlfriend? He's like, yeah. What's the big deal? I'm like, what? Is this like an open thing? Like he's like, no, what do you mean? I have a girlfriend. I'm like, okay, great. I have to go. So I leave. And I'm like, that's really insane. And like, what? So I'm like, all right, guys are shit. And whatever, life goes on. And then this weekend, on Friday night, I go back to the same place because I love the music there. And there's this guy, I'm dancing by myself. Like, please don't talk to me. I actually really just wanted to hang out by myself. And this guy comes up to me. He's like, hey. I'm like, hey. He's like, what's up? I'm like, nothing. Not being approachable. He's like, wow, are you always this rude to people? I was like, only when I don't feel like being approached. And he was like, oh, I just think you're really cute and you're dancing by yourself. Like, did you come here alone? I was like, yeah, I did. And he like looks around my age and like safe, right? I'm not going to tell like an old man, yeah, I'm here alone and want to hang out. And he was like, oh, whatever. And he was like kind of being persistent, which I appreciate. Love people that are forward, not too forward, but like forward enough to move us forward. And we're chit-chatting, and I'm like, you're not thinking in my head, like, you're not really my type. He's got like blonde hair, and he's just not my type, like physically at least. And there wasn't much opportunity to like get to know him otherwise. So it's like, he's not my type, whatever. He's my friend, totally my friend now. And he can help me out and like introduce me to people. We're hanging out, and then his drunk friend, Johnny, is always the drunk friend. He's like, hey, Ricki. I'm like, hey, like he's getting so close to me. I'm like, can you please back up a little bit? Like, I don't know why you're so like personal space here. Let's do like an arm length. And he's like, don't fuck with Kyle. I'm like, okay, what? And Kyle's like talking to the bouncer. I'm like, okay, wasn't planning on it. He's like, don't fuck with him. I'm like, okay, heard you, Johnny. Like, can you step back, please? Arm length here. And he's like, he has a girlfriend. I'm like, no, he doesn't. I'm like, am I wearing a sign that says, I like guys that are unavailable and cheaters and that don't live here? Like, is there a literal sign? I just was like, what? So the guy, Kyle, comes up to me. I really hope he never listens to this. God, he comes up to me and he's like, hey, like, what are you about to do? I'm like, I'm about to go home. And I didn't say anything to him because I wasn't just like, I wanted to go home. And I didn't really care. I was like, whatever, this guy's a loser. So I go home, and I had given him my number because he asked for it earlier before I knew he had a girlfriend. And I always, like, if I meet people and I like them and they're like, cool, not romantically, I always am like, yeah, let's hang out. What's your Instagram? What's your number? Whatever. And it's called networking, okay? Anyways, so I go home and he calls me. What? I appreciate the phone call, but like, what? I already have the information that you literally have a girlfriend. He's like, what's up? What are you doing? And I was like, I'm going to bed. It's like 12:45 a.m. Like, I'm going to go to sleep now. And he's like, oh, you want to, oh my God, this is amazing. He goes, do you want to hang out and smoke a joint? I was like, no, I don't smoke. He's like, oh, you get like anxious or something? And I was like, yeah, something like that. What if I sent him my podcast and my program? And I was like, yeah, it's like something along the lines. Anyways, I was like, listen, Kyle, Schmile, Pile, don't you have a girlfriend? And he's like, what? And I was like, did I stutter? And he's like, oh, I do. I was like, oh, okay. Does she know? that you call girls at 12:45, or is this like a thing that you guys do? He's like, it's not going to work out anyways. And I was like, oh, well, this isn't going to work out either. Like, whatever's happening right now. So that was that. The next day he calls me like during the day, like sober Kyle. And he's like, we want to hang out. And I'm like, in my head, what is wrong with this person? I don't respond, obviously. And that was it. And then I met a cute guy on Friday and he was so cute and we hit it off. And I don't know. Sometimes I'm convinced people go to my Instagram and they're like, whoa. And I never hear from them again. Ugh, guys are shit. What is happening? I really am like gonna share these experiences with you guys because like they're hilarious and I really hope no one ever listens to them that shouldn't be listening to them. But what is going on in the world? Am I wearing a sign? I am available. Like here I am. I am ready for love. I'm available for it. I'm here for it. Maybe the universe is like, you're not. Let's test you out a little more. But I don't yeah, I am really ready. I mean, I'm not ready to like somebody a lot and then have them not like me back. Like, we're not interested in that right now or ever, because I am not interested in that. But I'm ready to meet someone that I could spend my life with. I really am. And I can't believe I'm even saying that on the podcast. Like, I want to throw up. But I really am. I want to build a life with somebody. And yeah, so those stories are ridiculous. And I think the conclusion is that like what, either like it's me or it's just the universe is picking up on my vibration of like she's in or she's out. Is she ready? We don't know. Let's throw some things at her. Let's get her have her have some fun with some people that don't live here so she's not distracted. And that makes sense to me. But like I get it. Let's go. Like let's move. Anyways, I don't know if you guys even care about this stuff or like hearing this, but this is my podcast and this is my life. And right now, this is where I'm at. And I'm also just in this weird transition of like just being a little burnt out and also doing some cool things as well, turning my walking away from weed program. I'm not running one live this month. I've decided to actually offer the replays. And I don't like to call them replays because they are the replays, but it's so much more than that. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to offer people an opportunity to get the help they need right away. And all the content is the same. I've run this program almost 10 times. Like I've learned so much. I know what works. I know what doesn't. And there's no reason why somebody shouldn't be able to buy this program and download it and listen to it right away and sort of walk through it at their own pace. So if that's you, if you are somebody that was in my program before, if you're somebody that's been wanting to join, but you don't want to wait, and I don't know when the next live one's going to be, this is a great opportunity for you to dive in. You can get the videos right away. There's a workbook and there's ongoing support after if you're interested in that. And so changing things up a little bit, trying some things. You got to do as an entrepreneur. You got to put things out there. But I want this to reach the masses, like millions of people. I want to help change this conversation about addiction because it's not like I'm passionate about addiction or passionate about weed. It's just that I don't think there are a lot of resources that are helping people heal and step away from the substance and step more into why they make certain decisions. You know, my program is called Walking Away from Weed. People that have gone through it know that it's so much more. And that's why my success rate is so high, is because I've built something that's bigger than just weed and bigger than just addiction. And I believe this program could transform people's lives in so many ways, on a profound level, whether it's weed or whatever it is. And we'll get there. And so I'm just trying something new. And I haven't been posting on TikTok as much because I've just been honestly like feeling a little blocked. I don't like to use the word blocked. Feeling what's the word? Unenergized? Is that a word? I don't know. Just feeling off, honestly. And a part of me is like, are you being destructive? Is it this or it's that? And this is a familiar feeling. Although before I used to just smoke. I haven't felt this a long time. But you know, I've been going. I don't think I have stopped moving or breathing or working or creating since literally January 2nd when I put my first TikTok video out there for walking away from weed. And before that, it was like my road trip and my podcast. And before that, it was like just anxiety 24/7. And before that, it was my first company, Break the Weight. And then it's just, I think my body is burnt out in my mind. And I think I went into a little bit of a trauma response of like overworking. And then I kind of am the kind of person that I master something and I get 100% in, and then I'm like, boom, I'm out. And I'm not going to do that with this, obviously. But I do need to reevaluate the way that I've structured my business. And I am going to build this program out to reach the masses. I'm going to offer other programs. I'm going to start leaning into these ideas and these offers and these, I am. And I can't do that if I'm just going, and neither can you. You cannot. If you need to take a break or you need to take a breather, you need to pause for a minute, it's okay. Sometimes we need time to integrate the things that we've learned before we learn something new or before we make something else. So just remember that integration is really important too. And I think that I've been integrating as I go, which is great, which is why I am a good entrepreneur. But it's also the reason I burn out. It's also the reason that my body is like, hey, can we just pause? So it's not like I'm working less right now, because building this out, the replays, like, getting that all together is actually a lot of work, but it's only going to be work. It's like this, I look at it like, okay, I'm doing this right now, and then it will all be set up. So yeah. And then, we have other things too. Like there's the First Step seminar you can plug into. There's the Without Weed Masterclass. It's free. Links in my bio. I will let you know when I run the program live again. And I will let you know when I'm running other ones as well. But you start a business, you create impact, you have something to offer, and then you evolve and you grow and you expand as a human, as a person, right? Same for you in your own journey. And if you don't expand and you don't grow with the person that you're becoming, you feel stuck where you're at. And so right now I'm in that period of like evolution, but not really fully in the evolution yet, just like in the scary parts of it. And I've been here for a little, I mean, you know that. I've been here for a minute, which is why I'm trying to do things that I enjoy more. I've gotten really into human design. I am really trying to connect to my truth and what energizes me, and not just do things for other people that I have a tendency to create, and which is good because my human design, I'm a generator of 4-6, and my design is to respond to people and create and to satisfy needs. But I gotta make sure I don't neglect my own. So yeah. And as always, like, follow me on Instagram, on TikTok. Leave me a review on Apple Podcasts. That would mean the whole world to me. A written review. It gives this podcast higher ranking. Join the program. Reach out about the replays. If you're an old client and you need a refresher, like, I got you. If you're an old client and you need some support, we have an ongoing support group that you're welcome to join anytime. It's really awesome. It's intimate. It's great. And, I'm really looking to work with people that are ready to change their life, that are empowered to. And I think, that's where I'm headed. I'm headed in the direction of I always want to be relatable and I always want to be helpful, but there's a part of me that would rather be expansive for you than super relatable, because I want you to expand. And when somebody is just not like too relatable, it's not really what it is. It's not that it's not like a relatability thing. It's like, I'll always be relatable, but I want to be real. That's my gift, right? Is honesty and truth and being able to express that. And sometimes we grow and we evolve and we expand, and we are actually less relatable to the people that we used to be relatable to. And now I'm going off on a tangent, but that has really kept me, that's something that I've been thinking about. And I'll talk about that a different day. It doesn't really matter right now. All right. I love you guys. And I love that you are here all the time. And I appreciate you. And I don't know. You got to let me know if you're into this kind of dating stuff. Because it was fun to talk about. And now it's time to go to bed. I love you. Goodbye.